Hello friends. Today I'll start with the last lecture I have discussed about the introduction to Arduino and how can you operate the Arduino. This I will discuss in today's lecture. Okay, Arduino normally. Um, Now I'll show you how to open the Arduino and what are the steps you are required to follow. Okay, here already some points are I have mentioned some points. Serial wise, what are the steps you have to follow? Okay, serial by these I have mentioned. Now I am going to open the Arduino and I will show the in which section you have to write the Arduino code and what are the steps are required. These I will show now. Okay, so I'm going to open the Arduino. So here you can see this is the Arduino. If you open the Arduino, you can see this page will appear. Okay, so there is option file option. You can see if you open the new sketch, so the new page will be open here. Now here also you can see examples. Some examples are available. You can open those examples and you can modify your code based on this requirement. Okay, and edit option is there. Edit increment here. This is you can see the edit option. So this is normally copy the code and for in undo redo for this function. Now come to the sketch. Okay, so you can see in the sketch, this is the most important part. So in this sketch section you can see you can include the minimum various kinds of the library. Okay, now you can here see no libraries are there. You can execute only the simple kinds of the code, but if you want to connect the different kinds of the external device through the Arduino, so some libraries are associated with those external device. So those libraries are also required. So you can import those libraries through the manage library section. Okay, now under the sketch section, this library part is the important. Okay, now come to the tool section. So before writing any code, before uploading any code or verifying any code, there is a board. Okay, so when you go to the tool section, you can see board. So you can change your board. What kind of the board you are using? This board you have to click in this section. Okay, you can see various kinds of boards are available. Okay, various kinds of boards are available. Now come to the port section. So here in my case the port section is not visible. When you connect the USB cable through your computer with the from between the computer and the Arduino, the port section will be enabled. Okay, so you can see the name of the port. You can select those port. Okay, so these are about this one, and the help section is also available. This I am not going to discuss. So after writing, you can see void setup and void loop. Both functions are there. This all discussed in the PPT. Okay. So you can see the only one time code you have to write here. Only multiple time executing code will be write in the void loop section. So after writing code, if there is a tick option, you can verify the code whether any error is there. If there is any error, you can see the code in the below window. Okay, there the one window will open. In this window you can see one code. Okay, and after verifying if there is a no error, you have to go to the upload section. Once you upload the once the code will be uploaded on the hardware part of the Arduino. Okay, so in the below there will be window. This window you can see that the code is uploaded correct properly. Okay, so then whatever program you want to execute, you can see the output of the particular program in the hardware part of the Arduino. Okay, so these were about the Arduino IDE tool. Now I'm going back to the PPT section. So okay, so I have already discussed how to open the Arduino. This I have already told. Uh, so this same thing I have mentioned here. So I have already told there is a sketch option where you can write the code. The page is known as the sketch. You can write the code in the sketch page. Okay, and the software is that is called as Arduino IDE. Okay, this I have already told this also. Now in this section I have told that there is a COM port. Okay, so in this COM port you can connect the if when the port or section will be enabled if you connect the USB. Okay, so you can see there is a Arduino. Okay, here you can connect the USB with the computer. once you connect the USB between the Arduino and the computer, the port section will be enabled. Okay, and then you can execute entire program. So in this sketch section, I think you have seen that there are the two options. So two codes, some codes are visible, right, in the sketch section. So one is the setup function, another is the loop function. What does it mean? Okay, in the setup function, you have to write some set of code, okay, which will be executed only the one time. Okay, so here this is the setup function. Okay, here you can write the code which will be executed only the one time. And under the loop function, you have to write the some set of code which will be executed multiple times. Okay, which will be executed multiple times. Right. So I'll show in the coming lecture what are the codes you have to write in the setup function and what are the codes you have to write in the loop function. The structure of the Arduino code, basic structure of the Arduino code is like that. This is the void setup and the void loop function. Two functions are there. Okay. Now you can see this. This is the Arduino code here. This is the void setup function. This is the void loop function. Okay. The program is related to if you want to print the hello world. Okay. Suppose what is the applications? Suppose if you connect if you connect the LCD screen on with the Arduino, so you want to display some message on the Arduino LCD screen. So how can you print? Okay, by using the Arduino program. So I told that the Arduino program that is related to C programming. Okay, so here uh, normally hello world this will be print only the one time. Okay, the hello world this will be print only the one time. So before writing anything under the void setup function, you have to write this code, the serial dot begin within bracket 9600. 96 here you can see 9600 bps, beat per second. What is 96 bps, 9600 bps? So in the at which rate data will be sent from the computer to the from the system software to the hardware through the USB. Okay, so through the serial communication way you can send the data at a 96 bps. You can change the rate of the serial rate, data rate. You can also change the data rate. Okay, this you have to write like this way, serial dot begin within bracket 9600. You can write 11,500 like this. You can change the data rate. Okay, so in this program you are normally you are printing the data hello world in only one time. That's why you are not writing anything under the void loop function. Okay, so hello world, here the serial dot print, you're printing something, right? So therefore that print function is used. And serial dot print means the data will be transferred through serial communication wire. That's why it is written like this way, the serial dot println. Okay, so if you execute this program, uh, suppose if you have not connected LCD with the Arduino, so how can you see the your hello world print? Okay, so there is a serial monitor window. I have already told in the Arduino. In the serial monitor window, if you open the serial monitor window, if there is no error in the code, you can see the hello world in the serial monitor window. Only one time you can see. If you write the serial dot print hello world in this void loop function, so you can see the multiple time it is coming in the serial monitor window. Okay. uh, Next, come to the this function. So here if you want to write the code in the Arduino program, you have some basic functions are required. These are the commonly known function. Apart from this, some other functions are there. This in the coming lecture, based on the requirement, based on the program, I will discuss other functions. But these all the functions are the basic functions. Basic functions are required if you want to write any kind of the code. Okay. Now come to this one, pin mode. Okay, pin mode. Pin mode means, so during discussion of the architecture of the Arduino pin diagram, I have told that there are the two kinds of the pins. One is the uh, analog pins and digital pins. and only the analog pin also you can use as a input, and the digital pin also you can use as a input or output. Okay. Suppose this is a Arduino. Okay. Okay, this is the Arduino, and this is the external device. Okay, external device. So some if you want to get data from the external device to Arduino, okay, the pin will be act as a input pin. Okay, the pin will be act as a input pin. And if you want to send the data from the Arduino to external device, okay, this will be act as a output, this will be act as a input. Okay. Suppose one pin is some external device you have connected uh, through the suppose analog pin or digital pin. But if you want to collect the data from the external device, then that pin will be act as a input. Okay. So in the code you have to mention like that the particular pin, that pin, whether you are collecting data through this pin or we are sending data through this pin. So the pin configuration should be required. So for that the pin mode function is required. You want to initializing the working function of that particular pin. Okay, you have to initialize the working function of the particular pin. Okay. So an opposite phenomena is related to output pin, right? uh, Now come to the digital write. Okay. Digital write means, so here I told that the pin uh, write means associated with the output. Okay. uh, you want to send data, you want to send data from Arduino to external device. Okay, this is also write phenomena. Okay, this is output associated with the output, the pin is associated with the output, the phenomena is associated with the write. Okay. And if want to say, if want to collect data from the external device, the pin will be associated with the input, the phenomena is related as the read phenomena. Okay. So digital write. So this function is used when you want to send the data from Arduino to external device. What is the write means? You are sending data from Arduino to external device. Read digital means whatever data you are sending, the data is in the form of the digital. Okay, that time. And there are the two pins I have told, analog pin and digital pin. So you will use the digital pin and you have to configure the digital pin as a output pin. Then the digital write function we can use. Okay. The digital pin you have to use, and the digital pin should be considered as a output pin. Okay. Then you can if you want to send the data through digital pin from to the external device, then you have to use the digital write function. Okay. In the coming lecture I will show the digital read. Okay, digital read means the external device to data is coming from external device to Arduino, then read phenomena action. Digital read, you are going to use the digital pin for collecting data from external device to Arduino. So whatever data you are collecting from external device, okay, so that data should be in digital inform. That's why you have to use the digital read. Okay, digital inform. Now next is the analog read. Okay, so analog read, analog write, I think it is clear about the analog read and analog write. So whatever data you are collecting from external device to Arduino, this data should be in analog in form. Okay, and analog write means whatever data you are sending to the external device, whatever data you are sending to the external device, you are sending the analog data from Arduino. Okay, so multiple, not only you are sending the two data, digital means only high and low, right? You are not going to send the high and low data, you are going to send the multiple number of the values, okay, to the external device. This digital write, analog read, analog write. Okay, now come to the delay. Okay, delay function means that is, so some set of code will be executed. This will be executed only the one time. This will be executed for a certain period of time. Okay, so then the delay function will require. Okay, uh, the time. Okay, how much time or how much time is required. Okay, you are going to mention the time. Okay, so then you have to use the millis. Okay, get the current time or get the current time you are going to get, so you will get the millis. So but millions is rarely used in the different variance program, but the speed mode, digital write, digital read, analog read, delay function, these are used normally in the all the Arduino program. Okay, now come to the variable declaration. Okay, uh, so in a C program also you have seen that you have seen that various kinds of the when you're going to write the program, you need to declare something. Okay, you have to initialize something. Like you see here also, you have to initialize something like a int. Okay, you can also use the other character. Also use the other character. Use what are the characters are there? This is the character. Character means suppose if you want to store A, B, C, D, this kind of the character in a one variable, then char is the data type. Byte is the so number normally the byte value. Okay, if you want to store unsigned byte value 0 to 255. Int, you know that you're going to initialize any kind of the integer number, so the data type will be int. Unsigned int means if you want to in a program only you are storing the positive number, there is no significance of the negative number, only positive number, then you have to use the unsigned int data type. Long means um, here in normally in case, what is the difference between unsigned and int? And this here you are only, you can store the negative number and as well as the positive number. Here you are not defining any kind of the positive or negative sign. Okay, now long. So if you are storing the number, the size of the bit is 32 bit, then you have to use the long. Okay, unsigned long means so again that same thing, only the positive number you are storing, and the size of the number is 32 bits. Okay, if the size of number is 32 bit, then you have to use long. Otherwise, you can use the int and the unsigned int based on your requirement. These are the variable declaration. So these are the examples of variable character, variable char. This is the variable name you are giving my char a. Okay, 65. This is storing as a character, not storing as a number. Okay, byte, binary number. Okay, so 10010. This is the binary number you are storing in a B. The data type is the byte. Okay, means int the 13 pin. The LED pin is a variable name. So the whatever pin you are using, okay, in program, this pin number you have to initialize in your code. Okay, you suppose you are using the 13 number digital pin in your program, so you have to store that 13 pin number in a one variable. Okay, so 13 is the related to the integer, that's why your data type is the int led is equal to 13. Okay, you can also define as a unsigned. So there is no significance of the positive and negative for the pin number. That's why you can also use the unsigned int led pin. Okay, so uh, this is about the arithmetic operation. This all discuss in the coming lecture. And what are the other set of instructions are required for Arduino program? These I will also discuss in the upcoming lecture. So thank you, and please like, share and subscribe my channel.